Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beertastic Voyage.
I'm Justin.
And I'm not Mark or Justin. I'm Kevin.
No, you're the fucking Unabomber.
I'm just cold.
Take a picture of him right now, will you? We gotta make sure this is in the show notes. He's apparently freezing his dick off here at
It's a little chilly down
Beertastic
here.
HQ.
Yeah.
Listen, we had to reduce the temperature. So
I
it's a
explained to
wonderful
you, there's a
meal.
fermented Kolsch down here with us, and
And-
we need to keep the ambient temperature lower.
And I said, I respect that. I understand that. And I'm willing to take one for the team as long as I can put my hood on.
Yeah, I understand that, but what
But
are
you're
the
also
sunglasses doing?
gonna blow up a federal building.
Well, don't tell everybody. I don't know. I just figured it would complete the look.
My name is Mark, by the way.
Oh, we never said your name?
No.
Fuck you.
I said I wasn't Mark or Justin, and Justin introduced himself, so our intelligent listeners and viewers would know that you were, therefore Mark.
Process of elimination and all.
Yeah.
But he is Mark, everybody. I can verify this.
True story. Today, we have some offerings from the Chesapeake Bay area, Baltimore, Maryland, to be more specific, of Duclaw Brewing.
Yes, a larger brewery than we usually do, but I think even just for their names, it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, and these ones were while I was shopping for the last episode's Greenport beers. I saw these and I went, these are beers that I want to drink. Like, just me. This is the one that gets. These are the kind of beers that kick out to me in the supermarket or in the beer or in the distributor and go like, dude, you gotta try this. Dude, you gotta try this one. So,
They stir your loins.
yeah, they stir my beer loins. They get my beer hackles up, if you will. You know, and the names on them are just fantastic. They have a great. Whoever names their beers is just genius with a capital J. Love them.
It's pretty fantastic, and you know, I dug a little bit into the history of it, and the guy named Dave Benfield apparently began this whole thing.
Thanks,
Typical
Dave.
story. He began homebrewing in college, and he graduated and got a real job, and then kept brewing, and then he had a great idea one day. So I'm going to read this directly from their website because this is pretty phenomenal. Dave had, he told them, a completely original idea. A restaurant with a small brewery inside that served its own original craft brewed beer. He would call it a brew pub. A 56K dial-up trip to Alta Vista crushed the completely original idea part of his plans, as dozens of craft brew pubs already existed around the country. But Dave was undeterred, as he knew that he could make his own brew pub stand out from the rest with one simple twist on the already tried and true formula. He was going to make it, in quotes, cool. In 1995,
Okay.
he went head first into Duclaw Brewing. So,
Yeah, that's when Justin read that to us before, and I thought it was hysterical. But I've done that a couple times. Like, you sit there and you're like, oh man, I got a great idea. Oh shit, somebody else already.
that just happened to me, and I was communicating with Mark at the same time on the piece of software that I was going to make.
He was like, oh man, I have this great idea for a WordPress plugin.
Yes, and I did a quick search of the WordPress repository, and it already exists, so
Yeah.
I'm fucked. So I did the same thing, but
alright.
it was still pretty funny. And the idea of making it cool, they definitely make it cool with names.
Yeah, that's for true. That is absolutely for true. But don't worry, Justin. One of your plugins just got translated into French, so
That's true. That's true.
so
Parlez-vous
we're
français?
good. Exactly. C'est magnifique.
La tac touche gauche.
Yeah, that's it.
Croissant.
Jake knows that one.
There you go.
Jake
Does
knows
he
how
say
to-
it with a little accent?
He does a little bit because I was a kid with him.
Stephanie does it all the time.
But when he goes to Starbucks with his mother, he gets croissant, so now he knows to ask mommy for the $5 croissant.
I like how you have to play the $5 croissant.
Yeah, I don't know that it's that much, but yeah, it's
But yeah.
a fuck ton
You
more
gotta get
expensive.
to $12 somehow.
The first one that we have here today is Dirty Little Freak. And Dirty Little Freak is an ale brewed with vanilla beans and natural flavors, a dominant blend of roasted malt, coconut, caramel, and chocolate essences, barely restrained by a gentle hot bite that tantalizes your senses all the way through to satisfying finish. Submit to indulgence, but be warned. There is no safe word.
With the satisfying finish, yeah.
There is no safe word.
It's amazing. I love these guys.
Not even banana.
Yeah,
Go. Bananas.
What do you think, Mark?
The nose.
I'm most scared of you on this one.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
It's very complex, and it kind of like hints that maybe it's a little bit sour, but it's not.
No, I think it's mostly the coconut.
Yeah, it's the layers of the coconut, the vanilla, the roast. Yeah, it just, like my brain thinks there's sourness there, even though there actually isn't, just because of those layers of flavor. But it's very good.
I'm just gonna huff this for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm
It
debating.
smells great, right?
I'm debating on whether or not if I put a little bit behind my ears, my wife will like me more. Like, I'll like me more.
This is one of those beers that when I drink it, I go, this is the kind of beer that every sort of beer nerd hates, because it's really all about like the coconut and not the actual beer portions of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that's only at face value, like Mark said. If there was just the coconut there, it wouldn't be very good. It would be really kind of cloying and weird. But the roast is what balances it. That's obviously the quote unquote beer portion.
It's definitely not one note coconut, because when I started drinking this before Kevin read the description, I didn't know I wouldn't have been like, yeah, there's coconut in this beer.
Yeah, I don't see. This is one of those times where I'm a little. It's hard for me because I've had all the beers we're gonna have. I've had multiple times before, so it's a little like I already know what's up.
Right.
So that's interesting that you would say that you would know that there's coconut in there. I mean, I can't say for sure whether I would or wouldn't because I knew.
No, I think I would have picked coconut in here. I think it's pretty forward in the aroma. Maybe not necessarily in the taste. You get more of the vanilla, and a little bit of chocolatiness in the sip itself. But this is awesome. This is such a good beer.
Yeah, this is a like you said, the complexity I think is what drives me to keep drinking it.
Light brown?
I don't have a lot left here. Yes, I would say light brown.
It's just, I think they did a really great job with the descriptor there. Like I think they mentioned all the notes there, all the notes in it. But it's nice that it's kind of like swirly in the flavor, and that you don't hit the same flavors in the same order every sip. So the first time you might get a lot of coconut in it, and then the next time you get a little more vanilla in the next sip, and that's the way I'm experiencing it. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree.
I definitely agree.
The only thing going on in my head right now is the soundtrack from Moana.
How far? I don't know the song, I'll be honest.
No, not that
watched
one.
it way more.
Consider the coconut. The what? Consider the trees. He's
well,
part of the coconut. That's all we need.
Well, that's what
I definitely you know what I need for next Christmas? I need a whole soundtrack of Mark singing popular cartoon songs. That's what I need.
We use the leaves to build fires to cook up the meat inside.
Yeah, this is why my son's not allowed to watch any of those things. Because it was jammed in my head the other day. Speaking of that, it was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It was like, I'm not kidding. I couldn't even fucking sleep. It was the middle of the night, and I kept
a giant pencil with erasers on both ends.
No, not well. Yes, that's the mouse tools. That's for a whole other episode. We'll call fuck cartoons. We'll do that one another time.
When they're really drunk, they just go on a 45-minute rant. About the Deus Ex Machina of the Muscatel.
Yes, exactly. So, Dirty Little Freak.
Are you asking me for a rating on that one?
I am.
I'm going to go with a growler on this one.
Really?
Yeah, because
Damn, son.
this is the get me in trouble beer. This is a get me in trouble beer. It's sweet enough,
like the girly drinking beers.
Yeah. This is the the jungle juice kind of beer. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, I'm fine. Holy shit! I had 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and next thing you know, I'm unconscious. And at 5.8% ABV, it's not really overpowering in that sense, but it definitely goes down really easy, and it's gonna get me in trouble that I've had a few more than I should have.
Yeah, I'm along the same lines. For me, I like the complexity, but it is the vanilla note and the coconut note for me are fairly strong as I drink them. So I would probably stop at a bomber, just because I think I might get a little palate fatigue from it.
I'm with you, Justin. I do enjoy it, but I think 2 would be the max, and after that, I would need something lighter on the palate or simpler.
Right.
You know, just something like, all right, you know, like a good Pilsner, something along those lines. After 2 of these would refresh me, and then maybe I can go back for another bomber.
True.
But, you know, 2 glasses would be the cap in one sitting.
Well, I can tell you straight up, the next beer we have is not even going to come close to cleanse cleanse your palate Pilsner that you've been requesting.
No, and I realized that like as soon as I was done picking them out, I kind of realized like I know I kind of got a bunch of beers that were all cousins, for lack of a better word. Like they're all in similar style phrases, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's this next one's totally different. I mean,
Right.
It's still heavy, but a pretty sweet name though. Sweet Baby Jesus. I didn't even do that on purpose.
Sweet baby
The
Jesus.
OG, Sweet Baby Jesus.
Yeah,
This one's black as night.
Yeah. This one is a chocolate peanut butter,
Yes, sir.
which we've hit a couple times over the course of the show already.
I think our favorite is the Manioc.
The Manioc is pretty excellent.
That's not necessarily chocolate, but it is peanut butter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What,
I think it incidentally just has
The crunch, yeah.
And then of course it's yada yada yada
Oh, right.
as well is a similar
Similar vein.
chocolate peanut butter kind of stuff. But
God, I love the aroma on this. Jesus Christ. It does smell. I just had a crunch, the Manioc peanut butter one.
Yeah,
last night.
the aroma is definitely very similar.
Sure,
It's like you just tore the safety seal off a jar of peanut butter and stuck your nose in there.
yeah. And then it's not like it's just the little bit of chocolate in there too just makes it really appealing.
Yeah.
So while I keep belching and try to clear my throat a little bit, what do you guys? I mean, anything else particular? I mean, it's chocolate and peanut butter all the way. But do you guys pick up anything else?
Yeah, aroma-wise, not really. I mean, you could say roast, but I think the roast that's the hint of chocolate, essentially.
I get, like, the only thing I get on the aroma is roasted peanuts.
Yeah, it's pretty much all it is.
Well, this one comes in at 6.2% ABV.
Another sneaky motherfucker.
And they say it's a classic full-bodied, robust porter with a smooth, dry finish and just enough hops to balance aromas and flavors of the roasted malt, chocolate, and peanut butter so rich that just one sip and you will exclaim the name, Sweet Baby Jesus. It is golden fleece savage.
You can't really say much better than that. It tastes like it tastes like a peanut butter sandwich, basically. You know, if you're not without the jelly, clearly. You know, you put it on bread
and jelly sandwich.
What?
Then it would be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right.
You said a peanut butter sandwich, which wouldn't have jelly in it.
Good point. I was over-explaining myself.
Yes, you were. It tastes like
Who just eats peanut butter?
on toast. I do. Oh, peanut butter on toast.
Just peanut butter?
Yeah.
It tastes like a little.
Mark is like.
Mark just
Fuck you
judged
guys,
me
yeah.
like hardcore.
Yeah, he was like,
fuck
why
you,
would you do that?
These Ritz crackers right here. Spread some peanut butter on that. Just peanut butter? I'm good.
Yeah.
Sandwich? Just peanut butter?
I should have the cream cheese on its crackers too.
I've never had that.
It's pretty good.
I don't give that a shot.
And if you get the everything ones, and you get a little bit of vegetable cream cheese,
Yeah.
a
I
little
hate
schmear.
vegetable cream cheese. And I super hate everything bagels.
Yeah, so you despise that, but for
Yeah.
me, that's a dream. But this beer, it's like liquid peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You see, I mean, I don't get a lot of chocolate from it. Like, I really enjoy this beer. It's been a while since I've had it, and most recently I've probably had even more Jesus.
Oh yeah,
Which is-
well, that's like the Mold Royal version of
that's this turned up to 11.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy it. I don't know, when you put the peanut in the beer, like, that becomes the only thing that I can taste. Like, I can't pick out the chocolate notes once the peanut is in there.
You don't get a little bit, like a tad bit of milk chocolate sweetness, and then
No.
obviously the roast for me also. I mean, I get a little bit of that, but the roast for me is also the chocolate part. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily. I don't get. I get peanut butter, and then I get sort of a darker chocolate. So how I read it.
I get peanut butter and I get some sweetness, but I don't perceive that sweetness and equate it to milk chocolate.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a different sweetness to me.
I can understand how you get how.
It's like a peanut butter sandwich with honey on it, like peanut butter and honey. Like that's perception that I get. I don't get chocolate.
Okay, I can see that. I'm gonna stick with my for the way I see it is it really is just tastes like liquid peanut butter comes to me.
Yeah,
like it's delicious to me as it is. And I have had this one before as well, and I know that I enjoy it. And it's just fantastic. I want to gush more about it, but I'm out of words. But it's really delicious. The only thing I'll say is I can understand how between this and like the Dirty Little Freak, like they are sweet, so I can see how the sweetness can get overwhelming. But that being said, I'm still gonna go with this is the same kind of thing. Like I'm gonna have 2 or 3 or these. On some nights I might go, oh my god, I'm having 4 or 5. But for the most part, I probably would just knock down 2 of these, have a bomber of this, and be like, yeah, I'm happy. This is the stockpile bomber. Like I have one of these in my fridge at all times because I may need to have one of them.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
You know.
Yeah.
So we almost need like a special category for like these are the ones to put in this, stockpile for the apocalypse. Make sure you have as many of these as you can.
Where are you at on Mark? I know. I did it on purpose. Mark just put a Ritz cracker in his mouth, so I had to go after him.
No, I'm with Kevin. It's definitely a bomber for me. I will enjoy the 2, and then either I'm going to bed or I'm having something else to drink. But I do want to have. I would like to have a stockpile where I'm just like I'm in the mood. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have a Jesus.
So I agree with you. I'm also going to be a bomber for all the reasons above. While we let our palates chill for a minute before we have our last offering, I wanted to talk about their naming, because to me, from any of the larger breweries, they have some of the best names.
I agree. What else you got on there? So from the
yeah. So it turns out I've had a couple of interesting things from them, but they're year-round offerings. A Dirty Little Freak, an IPA called Enjoy Your Time Away, take a mental holiday. Funk, which is a blueberry citrus wheat that we're going to be have next. Yeah. Sweet Baby Java, which is an espresso bean infused chocolate peanut butter porter. So it's the Sweet Baby Jesus with espresso beans.
That might be interesting.
Sweet Baby Jesus we just had. And the Bare Ass Blonde.
Bare Ass Blonde.
Yeah. So they're starting to straddle.
I've heard of Bare Ass, but I don't believe I've had that one.
Is it Bare like B-A-R-E or B-E-A-R?
Yes. No, Bear, not your bear.
No,
it's
like you don't have pants.
Okay.
Right. So they have a lot of other beers, but one of the ones they're showcasing right now is a Cargo Schwarz, which is a black lager, Schwarz beer. Their Bad Moon Porter, Devil's Milk Barley Wine, which I saw and wanted to try but didn't. For Pete's Sake, which is an Imperial chocolate peanut butter porter, so apparently it's basically what we just drank, but like with a hell of a lot more alcohol.
Yeah. Which it's just funny knowing our friend Pete that like he would despise that beer.
Yes, it would give him a screaming headache. A barley wine I've had from them called Hell on Wood, which if you want a beer to like put in a tulip glass and chill out and drink, that's right up that alley. It's a very malt forward English style barley wine. There's a Lost in the Static double IPA. There's so many. Oud Road Ogen. Belgian quad.
Oud Road?
Yeah, Oud Road Ogen.
Okay.
Sour Me This, dry hop sour. I've had that. That is pretty fantastic. And then they have a Retribution, which is a single bourbon barrel. There's plenty of other ones, but a lot of the names tend to be really great. I want to see if I can find the Bad Moon Porter. That's amazing.
Yeah. Great
logo too. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna follow this up with a Funk blueberry citrus wheat beer.
Right. And that one clocks in at a 5% even ABV. And they say, slide into the groove of this soulful fusion of American wheat and hops that sets the rhythm for a stunning encore of blueberry and Meyer lemon. Now tear the lid off this sucker because you're going to just dig it. We got the funk. You.
I don't get funk on the nose. I definitely do get blueberry, and I get a little bit of bubblegum.
I just got
in the back.
Yeah, I will say that this.
I just get blueberry.
This beer is much more of a blueberry saisonish beer than it is of a sour beer.
The aroma is very close to Blue Point's blueberry ale without smelling artificial.
Right.
Mark, you have that bag of dried blueberries upstairs.
Yes.
I imagine that, like, when you open this and that, like, I feel like they would smell identical.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Yeah.
It smells delicious. It really does. It's got a really great blueberry flavor to it. It's a nice golden color.
Yes.
Light gold color. I didn't get a whole lot of head on the top of it there, but I feel like if you poured the whole bottle out into one glass, you could probably pour it a little aggressively and get a nice foam head on top, which is
there's
signature of wheat beers.
There's like a lingering cumulus cloud of foam on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blueberry taste. Yeah.
It's tasty.
It's crisp and tasty, and it's one of the few blueberry beers I've had, besides, of course, our blueberry beer, that didn't taste, though we, didn't taste super artificial. Although this one is much more prominent blueberry than ours was.
Beauregard, there's a fruit in here. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but this definitely says blueberry to me.
I feel like we should have had this one in between the other two. Because this is it's such a nice, the citrus of it and the blueberry is such a nice cut through that it kind of cleans everything off. That I feel like if we went from Dirty Little Freak and then had this, we'd be happy because you'd have that kind of, the coconut would kind of lend itself to the citrus and you'd be able to cut through it. And then from here to go from blueberry into chocolate is not exactly a hard sell either. But it's a nice change of pace from the other two.
Yeah.
But what I'm so impressed by again is the really intense level of flavor that they're able to have in all three beers.
Yeah, they're able to showcase the adjuncts they use and the for lack of a better word, extra flavors really, really well.
Yeah. I really enjoy the funk, but it's not what I expect.
No.
When you name a beer funk.
That's it. I had the same experience. That's why I didn't say anything on purpose.
Where's the horse blanket?
Right. That's exactly the experience I had. I wasn't exactly thinking horse blanket, but I at least thought I would get some level of.
I was expecting
sour.
some kind of breadiness.
Yes. From
a beer called funk.
I understand exactly where you're coming from with that, but when I read the label and I don't see it mentioning anything about sour or farmhouse or anything like that I wasn't expecting that, but for what it is with the blueberry and the citrus, I think this is awesome.
Oh, this is a great beer.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's just not. I'm just saying that based on the name alone. If you were like, hey, you want some funk? I'd be like, yeah, give me that funk. And it tasted, be like, what the fuck is this? This is blueberry wheat.
But you got the funk.
It's like, no, where's the funk? Like, that is the funk. What?
There is on the back end. I mean, again, for an average beer drinker, on the back end, I would say there's a little bit of funk. It's a little bit. It's a wee bit.
I think that's just weed out character, honestly.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Fair enough. It is definitely not actual Brett funk. I doubt there's any Brett in this beer, but there is a hint of that, like a suggestion of that, if you're not used to drinking Brett beers.
That being said, if they took this beer and decided that they wanted to sour it, I think it'd be amazing also.
Oh, yeah, if they threw Brett in here for real, it'd be sick.
Yeah, I think that would just make it even better. To go and try, I would love for them to take this and try to spin that off a little bit, and make a really funky funk. Get out there.
This would be the Parliament funk.
Yeah, I think make the get the real technicolor funk going on in there. and it might be a really, really interesting beer in that sense.
It's like they could call it Jesus' Technicolor Funk Coat.
Dude, you sold me. You sold me. The Technicolor Funk Coat. I'm in. I would drink the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Duclaw. If you do that, just send us a bottle. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Just make sure you send us a bottle or two.
Ideas are free.
Okay. I really like it, and like I mentioned before, I think it's a really good change of pace from the other two beers. So I enjoy that. I think this one would be probably in the bomber category for me as well. It's interesting enough that I want a second one. I don't necessarily know if I would keep going with this one, but maybe on a warmer day, and if you've ever been down in Baltimore during the summertime, it's sticky as hell. I could see drinking a couple of wanting to stick with this as opposed to, say, Sweet Baby Jesus or something like that, where in the middle of the summertime it's going to feel like you're pouring motor oil through your throat.
Seriously.
See, I have to disagree with you there. I would rather have the second Sweet Baby Jesus than a second Funk.
Well, no, I'm saying in the middle of the summertime.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
I would rather have. I would if I had one of each. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have one more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for another Jesus.
I would
over
go.
Funk.
I would go out of everyone. If I'm forced to pick from these three, if I'm having a second one right now, or not right now, but right afterwards, I would probably have a second Dirty Little Freak.
All right, that's fair.
I know for me, when I had a 6-pack of this, I pretty much drank them in twos. So bomber, I know bomber is the number for me.
Right.
I had like 3 sessions with them. Basically, it's a very it's an enjoyable beer. It's also enjoyable in the sense that you can give this to anybody, and they're gonna like it. You just tell them, here's a blueberry beer. You know what I mean?
Blueberry isn't a flavor that people are turned off by usually. It's it's something that you can usually say, here, try this blueberry flavored, and people give it a shot.
No, it definitely has broad appeal. It's just it's not something I want more than one of. I'll enjoy that one, but then after that, I gotta move on to something else. It's just I just couldn't drink more than a pint.
It's fair.
I can
With
completely
at least
understand
2 buffers in between.
I last time that I was down in Baltimore, I stayed in the Inner Harbor area, which is a nice neck of the woods, and there's I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but there's a brew pub right there in the middle of the Inner Harbor. It's right across the street from Camden Yards, really hard to miss, and I think I mentioned it when I came back from a trip down there.
It sounds familiar to me, yeah.
But check them out. If you're ever down in the Inner Harbor, check that restaurant out. Good food, really good beer. I remember going over it. I'll have to look back and find out what it is. I'll have Justin put it in the notes if I check it out.
No problem.
But other than that, I think Duclaw has been 3 for 3 right here. I really enjoyed it.
I do.
I've enjoyed.
Pardon me.
I've enjoyed everything I've had from them. I haven't had, and again, maybe it's my selection bias on certain things to an extent, but like, I don't remember having anything from Duclaw that I was like, I don't like this one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple others that I can remember. I mean, I'm going through they have a what's called their hiatus list. Apparently, these particular beers are on hiatus. But I had their Midnight Dew, which is a dark sour.
Is that like have a step better than Ben & Jerry's Graveyard?
Yes. The Midnight Dew, which is a dark sour. It was aged in bourbon barrels. I enjoyed it, but I thought the bourbon barrel sort of wiped out the sour. I think you and I brought one over for you. I know.
The name sounds familiar. I can't explicitly remember tasting the beer though.
So there's a couple on here that I want them to bring back specifically for us. I've had this one, Guilty Filthy Soul. It's an Imperial Chocolate Rye Port.
Sounds good.
That was sick. Where we go? There's one here that I want them to bring back called El Kabong. It's an ale brewed with apricot and chilies.
Okay.
So I want that.
El Kabong. Hong Kong Fooey.
They have Devil's Dew, which is
It's,
I feel like I've had Devil's Dew.
Hanna-Barbera.
What's that? A Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like Hong Kong Fooey is.
Yeah, the dog that drives around in like the little car.
No, I love Hong Kong Fooey, but that is not Quick Draw McGraw.
Oh, Okay, where'd you get your Quick Draw McGraw from? I was singing. I wasn't paying attention to you.
Is not Quick Draw McGraw? Does he not become Hong Kong Fooey?
No, not at all.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
No, Quick
clue.
Draw McGraw is the
What's his alias?
is the horse equivalent of the Lone Ranger.
Yes, I know, but what is his like vigilante name? No, it's definitely not Hong Kong Fooey.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Hong Kong Hong Kong Fooey is just like the random dog, like brown dog that just drives around in a green
This
car.
might be the point, like in the middle of the beer meeting when you yell at me that you drank too much. Shut up! You're making a fool of yourself. I think this might be my turn. There's one on here.
Yes, I cede that to you.
Shut up, Mark! You're making a fool.
There's one called Mysterium, which is a refreshing ale with cardamom and chamomile, which could be interesting.
Interesting.
And there's one. This is the one. This is the one that I want to bring back.
Only the one.
It's called Q. Dry rubbed pale ale. That's all it says.
Dry rub?
Like QUE.
Just the letter Q.
Just the letter Q. So
Yeah.
it's like dry rub.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I do love me some dry rub.
I want to know more about that beer. So Celtic Fury Irish Stout. That's a really good one too.
There you go.
Great names, great beer overall. I mean, everything
Is the label art a picture of John Delancey?
No,
What's-
label art was just a Q. That's all I could get.
So letter Q. I don't get the joke, so I'm missing it.
Oh, this is the other one. Coco Fuego, a chocolate chipotle stout. That sounds pretty dope too.
I don't know who John Delancey is, so I'm missing it. What's the joke?
Well, okay, so like
Other than Justin's face.
Star Trek: The Next Generation, John Delancey is the actor who plays Q, who is like an omnipotent being who can alter reality.
Okay. Never really watched Next Generation.
But it's the greatest generation. There's, in fact, a whole podcast called that,
Whoa.
about that.
The greatest Next Generation?
No, it's called The Greatest Generation, and it's about the next generation.
Okay.
Not that I listen to it, but I know it exists.
I'm not a Star Trek.
I don't like Star Trek that much.
I appreciate it. I'm just
Look,
not huge into
Look
it.
at it this way.
Mostly because the weird dude from Deep Space Nine with the big forehead kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Worf?
No, not Worf. The short one that looked like a troll.
Oh,
Somebody, if they're listening and they actually like Star Trek, might be screaming at the radio right now.
shit, what is his name?
But I don't know. He's like
He's a Ferengi.
wow. Okay, yes, that's the guy you're talking about. I know that's right. I don't know how I know that, but yes, you're right. If you know his name, call in. Let us know. Tell us. Let us know. 631-605-7240. Send us a voicemail. Let us know that that's what that is.
Don't forget to breathe in.
So look at like going back to Q though. Look at it this way. Like, I forget her name, but like the woman that brought My Little Pony back and turned it into like this great thing that where like men are
Brownies.
love it so much.
Yeah.
Basically
Dash?
took the same character from Star Trek
Yeah.
and like was like, I love this so much. I'm gonna like write a tribute character to it and like, hey, John Delancey, do you want to voice the character? And he was like, oh, this is the same character as Star Trek. Sure, why not?
Okay then. All right.
All right. Now that we ran
That was a deep
now
rabbit hole.
that we ran that full track, let me read. Tell our readers.
You're
about this.
welcome.
So we learned a little more about Q. This medium light-bodied pale ale is hop gun infused with Dizzy Pig seasoning, Dust dry rub. To add notes of barbecue, herbs, and spices to its smooth, multi-flavored aroma. It's a unique drinking experience designed to complement any backyard barbecue.
Okay, that's slightly better because like when you first initially said like dry rubbed, I was thinking like they were taking like just like hot cones and like rubbing the outside of the bottles.
Yeah.
That would have been dry cone.
I was like, how does the flavor get in the beer?
And everyone knows you always have to lube your cones.
Exactly.
Everyone knows that.
I got that impression from when you first mentioned it.
Yeah, me too.
And as much as I love dry rub barbecue, like I made a trip to Memphis and I fell in love with dry rub barbecue, and I just can't wrap my head around exactly how it would taste in a beer. But I know beer goes great with dry rub, so I think they hit it when they said it would be a unique drinking experience.
Yeah.
I would want to try it. I really do. I would love to have a pint of that and just try it and be like, all right, Hopefully, it was not as disappointing as the bacon flavored vodka that I
God,
had, which
yeah.
was horrendous. But
My wife still brings that up on occasion.
Yeah, bacon. Ugh. They don't want.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Well, I can say that definitively for Duclaw, there's very few beers, at least even the ones I've seen and the ones I just read on there that I don't want to try. So
Yeah.
It sounds like a happening spot.
Absolutely. You guys have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Mark?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
All right.
I thought it'd be too late. I was going to tell you what the name of John Delancey's character is in My Little Pony, but
Okay,
you really
he's
care about
watching John Delancey porn now, so I'm just going to go.
Check the show notes if you want to be horrified.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
that. Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.
Export to MP3.
His name is Discord.